when you singing in the very in the nature, your voice is not very powerful, and you have to practice and practice and practice.
You know, there's a story that you've told. I saw it in when I was researching, and in one of the interviews you've done a while ago, you had mentioned something that I thought was very interesting. And that as somebody who I worked in music for years professionally, and I've never heard of this before, that you used to go to the mountains to help to train your voice. You went to rivers or mountains, and you've said that singing in nature, in nature helps you to hear the weakness in your voice and to build it. Can you explain that? It's very curious to me.
I remember in my that period that I was learning from my teacher or my masters. All the students of Iranian vocal, it was very normally that everybody went to the mountain, and there's two very good benefit for going to a mountain for practice. The first of all, your lung,
your lungs,
shush. This is very useful for practice and breathing, and breathing inside and outside, and this is like a practice and like an athletic sport. For
I would think it's harder to breathe in the mountains.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And the second thing, when you singing in the very in the nature, your voice is not very powerful, and you have to practice and practice and practice, because your voice is absorbed by the nature. And you have to practice more, and maybe the high frequency, you practice more and more, and your voice and going progress.
Right. So you that makes sense. I guess also the advantage is you're not bothering any of your neighbors who live next door or something. If you're
exactly. It's a very good idea and point. Yeah.
But that's such an amazing story to me. So how often would you go to the mountains to sing?
Sometimes 2 or 3 times in a week, per week, and maybe every time between 2 or maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Wow.
Very early morning sometimes. Wow. And maybe afternoon.
Wow.
There's a very beautiful mountain in the north of Tehran, Darake, Daraban, Tochal, and everybody can go for athletic and sport and singing and maybe sport, especially for a sport.
Do you ever still do that, or are you wouldn't do that anymore now?
No. Unfortunately, right now I'm very busy, and I have a good place for practice. I don't need.
I like the idea of a couple of people who are hiking on the mountain, and they see Alireza Ghorbani is singing on the mountain.
It was very normally because some people that knows me that okay, you are here for practice. Yes, I'm here for practice, and sometimes in some way we all together and join to us and going to walking and practice, and sometimes I'm singing for them.